we're going to be at. I know his tendencies, what he likes to do, and he knows my tendencies and what I like to do. So that really helps us out there.
Let's talk about the magic of March. You guys experienced some of it last year. Here we are again. It's tournament time. It's one and done. It's survival. Let's talk about what those terms and that feeling means to you guys. Knowing what you guys are probably going to have to do this week to get a fight.
Well, it means a lot because like if you lose, you're done. And I feel like this group does not want to be done anytime soon. I feel it in the locker room. I feel it when I talk to the guys. Even when we're in the hotel room. So I really feel like our energy, our awareness to the game has really changed for the better.
How much?
Just taking it on defense. Everything starts on defense with us. Communication is key, and also just ball movement on the offensive end.
And in those spare moments in the hotel when you guys are talking about things, what are you talking about? You say like, hey, do you have those kind of conversations?
We have conversations about everything. Whether it's about our favorite things, music, basketball, what we're trying to take away from another team. Just have all different kinds of conversations with us.
Good luck to you.
Thanks.
What's it like playing here in DC?
Well, it's real nice, being here in the nation's capital. It feels good just to be here. Maybe you get lucky to see the president or something.
How are you guys preparing for the game against Wisconsin?
We know that they're a veteran team. They know they want to play at their pace. We got to try and keep the game moving.
Thomas, it seems like when those threes were going in, you guys score a lot of points and win games. Just talk about the effort you got for all the 3 pointers.
Oh man, it helped a lot because it all started on the defense. When we were active, getting stops, deflections out there on the defensive end, and we come down and move the ball, scoring cuts, and we get wide open threes like that. It starts to turn into win. It's much more fun. It feels like we're back in practice, knocking down shots. So it feels good.
What's been the difference? You guys have won 3 out of 4 now, and I think you've lost like 5 straight. What's been the difference in this game?
Our urgency and our attention to detail, and really locking in on the defensive end. And like I said, everything starts on the defensive end. We get stops down there. Our offense will take care of itself.
How tough has it been on you guys? Because really, you guys started out so great. You really shouldn't even be in this situation, but you kind of got your backs to the wall, knowing you have to kind of win this game to get into the tournament.
We're not worried about that. We're just taking it one game at a time. We know what we have. What we have in front of us. We know what we have to do. So we're not stressing on it. We have to go out there and execute.
In a tournament setting like this, where you're playing back to back to back, how much does it help having this game to kind of launch you into a game like tomorrow, where Wisconsin was obviously playing, but you guys got a little head of steam? How much does that kind of help going into tomorrow?
Well, it feels good because we're out there playing a game. We know how the courts are. We know how the rims are. We know how the basketballs are, and it gives us a little bit more momentum going into the game. Keep it on that hot streak instead of just being out there not playing. It feels good.
How stable were the freshmen tonight? It just seemed like Duran kind of booed you guys earlier, and Josh had some foul trouble. Devontae comes in. How much you guys kind of look to those guys and say, okay, freshmen coming in, we're not going to miss and beat these guys?
We look.
Mature and play well as a group. I think that'll be something that we need going forward.
Up to Wisconsin, you know what they like to do. Is it still hard to stop?
Yeah, it's definitely hard to stop because they play together. They're one of the oldest teams in the nation, so they really know how to play their style of basketball. So we'll have to do a good job of following the game plan.
You get a little extra jazz, nighttime game, national TV audience tomorrow night?
Not really. You try not to get caught up in that type of stuff. At the end of the day, the game is absurd. So we just have to try to come out and be poised and put together a nice effort.
How tough is Wisconsin? You played them once or twice, and probably a third time. Talk about Wisconsin and how dangerous are they as a team? They can shoot 3 pointers from nowhere.
Yeah, I think they're a very dangerous team. For the simple fact that they're older, very experienced in these type of situations. They have guys on that team that made the Final Four run and things like that. So they're a talented and older team. So we have to really lock in and follow the game plan if we want to have a chance to win.
What do you guys tell your freshmen?